everybody. Thank you so much for joining us with this week's episode of Princesses Save Dragons. I'm Jess, and if you are watching live, thank you for ignoring the Super Bowl or having us on while you're watching the Super Bowl. You might see me down in the chat as Angry Nerd Girl. And without further ado, let's meet our princesses, starting with Honey and Dice.
Hello, everybody. I'm Honey, aka Honey and Dice. And I play the gnome ranger, Princess Lilana Savor.
How about Miss Dan?
Hello, I'm Zan Larson, also known as Pale White Rabbit on Twitter, etc. And I play Yrsa, the Snow Queen, Storm Herald Barbarian.
And Christina, looking fabulously chic over there.
Hello, I'm Christina. I will be playing your cleric, Sakoro, and I'm down in the chat as Kathleen Kindle.
And lastly, but never leastly, Margaret.
Hi, I'm Margaret. I will be playing Irie, a Triton warlock of something creepy and tentacled in the deep.
All right, who wants to give us a quick rundown on what happened 2 weeks ago? Zan was doing it before we got started. Do you want to do a quick and dirty version?
I'm not sure if quick is the right word, because a lot of things happened. We learned where the Red Dragon
17 movies.
Let's see if I can do this faster than I was doing it before. We learned where the Red Dragon is. There are 3 old ladies in the woods, possibly witches. Evidently seem to have some magic. They have the dragon. And we also, upon entering the town near where these witches are, we learned that there is a queen, or like a regent queen, that is not taking very good care of the kingdom, is in fact taking taxes, and yeah, yours is just really angry at that whole situation right there. Really complicated, but bad person. And there's the Duchess, who is also known as like the sheriff. Oh, yeah.
Countess, yeah.
Countess, not Duchess. Who also known as the sheriff, who takes taxes for the town. The townsfolk are very afraid and constantly on tenterhooks with all this that's going on, especially as the queen is in town. Queen might be a princess, but calling herself queen. And we have met a Tabaxi bard in the woods with... We haven't seen his merry men, but I mean, evidently there's a band of musical people in the woods that are going to give us a bit of help.
Jazz musicians.
Jazz musicians, yes. And Mikali seems to be the only one that likes his singing. Not sure how I feel about that.
And where we left off, well, you had gone dress shopping, and it didn't go terribly well. You met 2 not terribly nice
and rather surprisingly, Mama decided to steal bolts of fabric from... Granted, they were really awful, horrible people, and I totally support this. I was not expecting that for Mama. I'm kind of amazed. But right where we left off, we were in the woods. We were heading towards the cabin where these witches are, and we left off with Yrsa being waylaid by a damsel in distress. Quite obviously, the entire situation was screaming trap. There was nothing that seemed genuine about the entire situation. The wolf was just hungry, wasn't even really attacking her. Yrsa threw bread at it and it went away. It was obviously not dangerous. And then this pink and purple lady decided to try and faint into Yursh's arms. The ground is perfectly fine. She wouldn't have even gotten hurt if she had just fainted on the ground. There was no reason to faint anyway. The wolf was gone.
Yeah, I think bread solves many problems. Yeah, I believe that was where we left off. You had, once you left her, she transformed and became an ugly old creep and vanished into the woods.
Yep, so Yursa feels completely justified. It was a trap, and will now trust none of these old women that they are going to be encountering, because that was not a trustworthy action right there.
So, she has vanished. Macaulay and Thado Miller the minstrel have somewhat wandered off together. And out of probably the townish area, Lilani comes back.
Thank you, Lilani. You got my message. I am out of my depth here with this fabric. I don't know what to do. I mean, I was thinking about the dresses that my daughters wanted for like their quinceañeras, but I don't know if this is the right time for giant poofy skirts. I really feel like you are the fashionista. You gotta tell us what to do.
Okay. So you have fabric and we have dresses to make, but what is happening? Is it a party? Is it a ball? Is it a wedding? What is happening?
There is a ball in a week.
And
I think we might be playing music at it. I'm not entirely sure at this point.
I believe Mama and Aerie have been invited to play music. I do not believe I would even require an invitation, being a royal. But...
Yep. Keep that noble confidence. Okay. Well, I have been having a wonderful time. I had to go save a little child that was lost somewhere else, and so I do apologize for not being around. And then Lord Silky has started dating a boa constrictor, and that's a whole thing right now. We have dresses to make, and we have a bowl to go to. And what colors did you get, and what type of fabrics? And do we have somewhere where we can set up? Do we need to go to an inn and just take over a whole room? Oh my goodness, accessories. Have we thought about the accessories?
I will take the bolts kind of out from where I had to kind of wrap them up in some plainer cloth and just pull them out. I know that one had elaborate beading that looked like water, but what else did I snag while I was running out of there?
So I would say you got that pale blue one with the elaborate beading that seems to move when you look at it. You also got something that appears to be black and red and woven with some brightly colored embroidery. I was going to say weaving again because I'm a genius. That was some like bright colored tulle that you could make a big skirt out of if that was something you were into. You got some like pale violet that's almost blue. Like maybe if you rub your hand on it on one side it's blue, on the other it's violet, trimmed in white that could be fur, might be actually like glistening cotton candy or something ethereal. And the other appears to just be shimmering colors and elaborate, really nice humane leathers that as you touch them, whatever color you think of it changes to be that. And it has ribbons and feathers kind of in a little bag on the side.
Irie's super into this because fabric is weird and flowy things are like interesting and fluff is not a thing in her life. So there's some petting of the bolts.
And do we have a DM question? Have they met up at a location?
You are literally in the middle of the woods right now.
Yep, that's what I thought. Okay.
I will say we did have, well, Aerie did have an invitation to stay somewhere in town, but I don't believe any of us want to stay there, actually.
If I go back there, I think I need to return the queen's, we'll call her a queen, that's what she calls herself, seal. And I have the signet ring still. At this point, I think the mark has gone away.
Yeah, it's been more than an hour.
Yeah. Like, so don't really want to give it back, just in case. I do like a backup plan. But if we need a place to stay, we need a place to stay.
You could go to the place you stole all the fabric from. And as you're discussing this, Leilani, you see a bright red tabaxi with like a big feathered hat that's cocked over one ear, strumming a lute to himself, kind of start walking out of the bushes like doo 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 doo. Wow, 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 wow. And you don't see Macaulay. And you just go, well, looks like you ladies got yourselves a pretty looking friend. Nice to meet you. My name's Thaddeus O'Miller, jazz musician and leader of the Thad O'Miller Merry Minstrels. How may I make your acquaintance, little darling?
She looks up and further up. Oh my goodness, your fur is so pretty, or such a beautiful tabaxi. I am Princess Leilani Salvor, and thank you so much for, being with my friends and gracing them with your beautiful music.
Well, royalty is just popping up in these woods like flowers, but twice as pretty. Oink.
Oh, you see Lord Silky walks up beside Leilani and just looks thoroughly unimpressed. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my little boy. He's like 6.5 feet, but this is Lord Silky.
It was, well, pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lord Silky. I've been known to have quite the silky paws myself. It's nice to meet another gentleman of such discerning taste. And he takes off his hat to Lord Silky.
Lord Silky gives a long, suffering sigh.
So, your friend Macaulay ran off hunting after something, but I thought I'd come back and check on you folks after that trifling encounter with the wolf to see if them ladies had taken you. Because if you were going to trifle with the ladies, I thought you might want some looking after. Maybe a guide of some sort.
Well,
But if not, I can go check on your sweet little friend there. I do like a hunting buddy.
It had been one option for us is to take this fabric and pretend that we needed their help and kind of scope out their setup as customers, because they are known to make dresses. That was an idea we had, Leilani. But I don't know. We hadn't really decided on anything.
Well, we can also just make a camp and then get stuff set up and do everything here, but I don't know, how far is the place for the ball. I don't know very much, but oh, did you feel this fabric? And Leilani is tiny and she's just, these bolts are probably twice her size, but she's just sorting through it, holding up things to the light. Oh, Eri, come here, darling. I think this will look just so beautiful on the skin. Look at this right here. Oh, Ursa, you have to tell me. Do you have something already in mind, or you're trying to do something completely different?
Well, I haven't had anything different made in a while. I trust your judgment.
Okay, then. So you're trying to do something different. And Mama, I am thinking flare. I am thinking poof. I am thinking drama. I am thinking you make an entrance and you have your guitar and you are the belle of the ball to show that it's only just like a fine vintage of wine gets better with age.
I like the way you think. And what about you, Lalani? I love this purple. It seems like it would go really well with that beautiful fur that white fur that you have, don't you think?
Oh yes, and I've got some pearls and some diamonds. But I'm thinking, Lord Silky, lavender is not really his color because he is so pale. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do for him. I just may accessorize, just put accessorize, and he just glitter like diamonds. Oh my goodness, it's not even my birthday, and you have brought me such a gift. Oh right, and what about the dragons? Like, is this part of the dragon thing, or are we just taking a side quest because we want to be fancy?
The ball is more for... There is a rather horrible princess pretending to be queen, and not doing any running of the kingdom whatsoever. That's the ball. However, these old ladies in the woods are the ones that have the dragon. But there seem to be many different, the intelligence on them is not very complete. There seems to be a lot of holes in what we know.
Yeah, normally if you run into 3 or 4 scary-looking old ladies in the woods, in my personal experience, it has never ended well. Just 1, okay, they may be just going for a walk or whatever. 2, okay, but 3 or more, it's like, oh, come to my gingerbread house.
And one has already tried to set a trap.
You see? And I do hate generalizing. I am so against generalizing. I like to give people benefit of the doubt. But oh my goodness. So
Also, in addition to the dragon, there also might be a bird that they have captive.
Oh.
We know the raven is theirs, but we saw a robin with the raven that was saying, "Help me." So it is possible that it is one of the townsfolk that have been transformed.
You just went out and just got a whole bunch of problems. As much problems as you got fabric, it looks like. But
And
it's
speaking
okay.
And speaking of the town folks, they're having problems that have nothing to do with these old ladies. They're having their money taken by this leader that has no business taking their money that they work very hard for. And, if someone takes all of your money, your commerce can't grow. And then where are you supposed to, what are you supposed to buy goods with? This is destroying their economy. That's all I'm saying.
As this is happening in this conversation, Delaney is just going up to people with a tape measure and a piece of paper and a quill and scribbling things down and going to the next person. And at one point, she can't reach, and she's like, "Can you put it down? Can you put it down for a second?" And she's measuring like this. And
I imagine that's Yrsa. It's like,
yeah.
I was just gonna sort of carry the fabric behind Milani as this is happening.
Oh, and Eri, the things we can do with your beautiful hair. Oh my goodness. Oh, where are we going? We have to figure out where we're going. We need a base of operations if we want to go to the ball and save the village and then go deal with the old ladies and the dragon. We can do that.
well, O'Miller said something about having a band. Perhaps they have more of a permanent camp, which might have enough of a setup.
sure, I can take you to see the boys.
Oh, perfect. Extra help. Okay.
You ain't heard nothing till you heard a good old caterwauling jam, let me tell you that.
I know about the caterwauling jams. I will say that they were a cause of panic a little bit where I grew up because it's mostly mice folk. But you had some other creatures who was like very much into it, and it's a whole thing. You have to like really like it. I appreciate the musicianship that goes into it, but started. My mother was like, "What has happened?" And it was the whole thing.
I can understand how some mice folk might be afraid of us.
Yeah,
But we mean well, it's just folk music.
yeah, it's the kind of music that you just put music to the sounds of terror.
Sounds like a good jam to me.
Yeah, okay. Here, come here, Mr. Thaddeus. I know you are a musician. Where is this fabric? Just give the fabric to him to carry so he can show us where to go.
Okay, and he like kind of takes it all, slings it around him. He goes, "Just follow me, ladies. Shall I accompany you through the forest?"
No, we are accompanying you because you are taking us to a destination.
Oh no, I meant with a song like this. And then he starts to just make ungodly howling.
I'll pass a roll of sourdough to Lalani. I found that this really works. Just continue to pass the sourdough out to everybody.
Lalani is going to cast silence.
Yeah, yours is just really hoping that the circlet of lavender is still on her head, still keeping her calm.
So, he's still strumming the lute, though not making any sound now.
Yep.
And
she does it just very kind of just subtly, not a big deal. They're walking, and she's like, "Oh, yes." Oh.
So after about a good 30-minute walk, you start hearing some more music. You hear flute playing, some more howling. Could be canine, could be feline. And what sounds like a bear growling and some drums. And Thaddeus kind of turns to you, and he's still under silence, but he's like,
Lonnie. Drop silence.
Goes, "Bless the boys, sounds like they got started without us. Come on over, I'll introduce you."
Mm-hmm.
And it's cacophonous. And you see what appears to be a turtle playing drums, possibly like an awakened bear playing panpipes, and another shifter. This one is more wolf-like than Macaulay, who you're used to. And but they all kind of howl in that same Thaddeus way.
So we all know where they got it from. Okay.
He goes, these are the Merry Minstrels.
Ivana's just going to stride forward, flanked by the not shy, not to care. "Oh, merry minstrels! Hello, hello, hello!"
And they all just go like, "Howdy, you sing?"
Do I sing? Of course I do, but I'm not going to sing today. We have a proposition, and we have bread. We have so much bread.
You've got fresh bread? It's been so long since we've had fresh bread.
Sure, it's still fresh since we got it, because...
I think it's about a day old, but still Very fresh.
But it's delicious. We have all sorts of bread.
We've been making bread from acorns.
Oh, you poor baby. Mama, we must feed them.
Acorns? No! And I'm just going to start passing out bread. And I'm going to head the way to inspect their kitchen setup.
Yep.
I say inspect, I mean judge.
Yeah. They've got like a stone fire pit and a couple tents that really just appear to be like low-hanging branches with like blankets slung over them. And Thad just goes, we're a bunch of musicians. We pretty much just set up wherever we could throw down.
Well, it's very charming. It's very charming.
I can feel Lilani's disappointment from over here.
I mean, I guess it's just, it doesn't pay very well, does it, to bring such joy to people's lives? You would think they would be so much more appreciative, but...
And the turtle just kind of walks up behind you and goes, well, we could make more, but Sir Thaddeus always insists on giving away most of what we make.
That is a beautiful thing. And you also may need to put some things aside to give you better tents.
Rob from the rich and give to the music. That's what we do.
That is so precious. Okay, well, we're going to a ball, and we're going to need some very nice companions, and we're going to get our dresses and everything together. So, and in exchange,
That goes, these young ladies here are going to be our backup singers.
we'll have to negotiate that. We basically need your help with setting up a space where we can get ready and everything. And in exchange for your wonderful hospitality, Mama and I will make sure you have a very good meal, and we leave you some bread, and yeah, that's because
It's like, because this situation is shit, y'all.
yeah, this is this
When
is
you-
already. She says, excuse me, we need to come over here and have a little talk amongst the ladies and play some music to, back us up. She's gonna try to get everybody.
Huddle! Yeah.
I do
Oh my god,
believe
cast silence again.
I'm tempted, but I don't know if we'll get a rest. It is so tempting to just cast off. She said, you don't know, we might need it in the future. So these poor babies, these poor boys, they're out here doing, boys, everybody, I don't know. I didn't actually ask. We must ask them their names and what they like and what their favorite color is, because they need tents and they need blankets, and if they're going to give away all of their money, we've got to do something for them. Oh my goodness.
I, for one, am suspicious they said give to the music. Is this going to be another hag situation?
I think it's less hag and more bad business.
Also, bad.
I want to know
basketball.
specifically what give to the music means.
But obviously they're not giving to themselves. So, I mean, he first said give to the poor, and then he said, but Thaddeus says give to the music.
Yeah, I do agree that we need to try and make their situation a little better. We might be able to purchase some things in town. These townsfolk could definitely use the income if they have the supplies. but I'm not sure they have anything. This is... And I'm not giving a cent to the Countess.
Okay, that's fine.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Countess and the Queen, as she calls herself, have taken everything from these people.
Mhm.
Not just the gold, though the gold seems like their favorite thing to take.
So we're going to rob the queen.
It had crossed my mind.
There's no tax you can take on joy.
I mean, it is technically a rescue mission, but it's rescuing a whole bunch of people. I'll have to think of this. And she suddenly just turns to Eric. Sapphires! I think I have sapphires somewhere. Would you sapphires and gold? Maybe. Maybe.
Sounds nice.
Everybody give me a perception check.
Who?
Everybody.
Natural one because Alani is into the clothing.
Very excited about this.
Natural one!
Yeah.
Irie's confused by the clothing. But
16.
perception, that takes me to 5.
Okay. I heard 16.
14.
Okay. The two of you hear some rustling in the trees up above you.
Oh, is it that bird again? Yeah, no, I'm gonna climb the tree.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what that rustling is.
You see a large raven, or it was a crow. Large crow on a tree branch. And as soon as you get on its eye level, it just goes "Caw-caw!" in your face and takes wing.
Can I try and catch it?
Yes.
Is this gonna be...
How are you trying to catch it?
I mean, I'm up on its eye level.
Mm-hmm.
I should...
You're
The
gonna hold
thing's-
onto the tree with your legs and just like...
Well, as long as I catch it in my hands, I don't care if I fall, because then I should be able to land on my feet.
Okay. Because you're a cat.
Well, as long as I'm doing this on purpose, I
Okay.
should be able to do this.
Oh, you have good athletics.
Yeah.
Give me a sleight of hand check. Or just straight like dex if you want to.
Okay, that's 12.
Okay. I'm gonna say you basically like smack it really hard. But you don't catch it. But you don't fall out of the tree. You do get a handful of feathers.
Okay.
As it's flying off, I'm just going to shout up at it, "Those are the ugliest feathers I've ever seen! They're not even shiny! You look terrible, and that sound you made was the worst!" And vicious mockery, crow.
You're viciously mocking a crow.
Yeah.
I love this. I love
You have
this.
to make a wisdom
Oh, wisdom
save.
saving crow.
Wisdom saving crow.
No!
Oh, wisdom saving crow.
No!
Oh no.
No!
It got a 13. So I think it failed, right?
That was the DC.
Okay, if it meets, it beats.
If it meets the beats, yeah. Dang it.
It still feels pretty bad about itself.
It still feels pretty bad. Do I see the robin?
No,
Because last time it was there with the robin.
you do not see a robin.
DM.
You just hear the crow going "Caw-caw, caw-caw," as it flies off.
a question for the DM.
Yes.
Trying to follow Mama's lead here. Is the crow flying out of range? Like, I would also like to try and insult it, but if it's out of range, I'm not gonna.
It's just kind of beelining away, but you can take a parting shot at it if you would like
Tried
to
it?
also
Alright.
insult it.
I mean, yeah, we're trying to insult it. I shouldn't try to blow it up, right? Let's try to insult
It's totally up to you, boo.
I'm gonna try to insult it because I'm trying to learn from my peers. And just be like, yes, and you sing terribly at the crow.
Are you doing with vicious mockery too?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, this is mockery.
It got a nat 1, so it takes its singing voice very seriously.
Probably one of the mites that it has got in its throat.
Oh,
So
in particular.
Oh my gosh.
So I guess.
Princesses Save Dragons, insulting birds.
So I guess roll me some double psychic damage.
Okay, sorry. My spell cards aren't printed, so I need to look
Give
up
me
the
2d4.
2d4. That I can do. Thank you.
If you know how many hit points a raven has, I think you know what's gonna happen here.
I rolled 6.
Okay.
I don't think I add my spell attack damage, right? Probably not.
No, because
No.
it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
So ravens have 1 hit point. So you insult this bird so hard that it stops midair and just falls down dead. And then, right before it hits the ground, it vanishes in purple smoke.
Do the feathers I have vanish?
No.
That's unusual, right?
I'm gonna take those feathers to Mama and go, is there anything you can do with this?
Ooh, well, I don't have anything like scrying yet, unfortunately, because that would be awesome. Well, I could do divination, but it's just like a question, and the feathers won't help. But maybe we could track this raven, maybe see something about the feathers. I'll cast Identify on them, I guess.
Okay. So these definitely come from some sort of summoned crow.
Okay, so it's not dead for long.
No, don't feel too bad.
But at least it's not spying on us anymore.
Irie's still kind of looking at where the purple smoke happened. It's like, because that's not a normal bird thing.
Then Lonnie's gonna come around somebody to look, around their legs at what just happened. And it's just like, I am not even going to ask.
You just yell a bird into dying.
I know that you're I'm going to assume that the bird deserved it. And let's get to Fidget for a dress. And see if there's indie forest creatures that want to help us get these dresses together. Because Lilani is going to use Speak with Animals.
I made an unholy noise just now. I'm so glad I was muted.
I wish you hadn't been, because you looked amazing right there.
To see if I can actually do this, but yes, she's going to use Speak with Animals, and is going to be trying to talk a few creatures into telling other creatures about coming forward so that they can make these dresses, because we are princesses.
So, what kind of creatures are you talking to?
Mice. Because I was going to assume, since she was raised by mouse folk, she has an
Mouse
affinity.
speech.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, a bunch of like field mice come over to you and are immediately like, we can do it!
And we have bread. We have bread. We have bread. I'm just going to say, and
Oh,
you,
Leilani, we'll do it for you even without the bread.
oh, you are so sweet. How is your new babies?
Oh, we have 17 this month.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have to make sure I send some cheese down to the place. All right, everybody. Are you ready?
I can do the sewing.
Oh, okay. Now, she's going to turn to the other ladies. Just be like, this is normal for her, okay? Mama.
You also have some squirrels like coming
Yep.
to help as well.
Hey. Okay, we're going to do it.
I imagine yours is just watching, suspicious and wide-eyed at what is going on. Is this
a horde of
normal?
vermin.
Does anyone else see anything off about this?
Introduce
No?
yourselves.
Okay, I'll just be over
Don't be rude. Introduce yourselves.
And the squirrels just... And I go,
My name is.
Yep. Chick, chick, clicky. All right.
And I'm Sandy.
Yes, you are. And she's gonna take some time. She's going to tell the other people, Mama and Ursa and Iri, to introduce themselves to their helpers.
Hello. I'm Ursa.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Mama, and if you need help, please, I can help you with any embroidery you might need, or, and also, I'm the one with the bread, so come see me when you need snacks.
Leilani, humans can do sewings.
I mean, yes, if they really put their minds to it, but not as fast and not as thorough. And this is Eri, going to help Eri at Eri. Say hello.
Ari's gonna get down like on the ground, so she's at level. I'm picturing like.
Mhm.
It's
yeah, they're like mice.
So okay, if they're mice, it's like getting really close down on the same level. It's like, hello, I am Irie. It is nice to meet all of you.
Well, she has manners.
Yes, isn't she so polite? All right. Time to get to work now. And then she looks at the musicians. This would be a good time for you to play your music.
And the bear just goes, y'all hear that? We're gonna play a song for the dressmaking. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. And they just play like a dirge.
Yeah. Nilani just decides to like send it. They're working on it. They don't have practice with the sewing song. You've got to support the artist. And she's going to go around and
The mice look pretty nervous when they hear caterwauling.
give you extra bread again. They don't know any better.
Oh, okay, Princess
And you
Leilani,
know-
but just because you said so.
Yeah, and if they look a little bit peckish or weird, all of us have killed. So, we can handle protecting you.
You've even killed a bear?
I cannot confirm or deny whether or not I have taken the life of a bear, but you know me, and she
I
said,
have.
So yes, that was my use. I've been using just wonderful spell usage this whole episode.
I saw your friend just yelled at Corvus until he died. That was impressive.
Corvus, and she's going to, settle down with her own stuff. She's putting accessories together and so on as she has this conversation with this mouse. Tell me more about Corvus, Darlene.
Oh, well, the lady spy.
A spy. Now, is he a real crow, or is he the type of crow that, humanists and so on make out of, their mind?
Oh, he looks like a crow.
Okay. I just have not seen him go poof, out the blue. If he's not go poof out the blue, then it's a crow. And
Well-
what was his name again?
Corvus.
Corvus, okay.
He eats mice,
Oh, then.
and he hangs out with that mean old cat.
Oh, I mean cat. And eating mice, which is a no-no. And well, you can thank Eri for making sure that she insulted him right off the air like that. We didn't even know how bad he was. He's a spy, he hangs out with the mean cat, and he eats mice. Oh my goodness, you are such a good friend. I'm going to go over here and help with Eri's hair. That is looking beautiful. Remember, Mama wants drama.
While
Alright
this
then, honey,
goes
you
on-
got drama.
While this goes on, Irie's gonna be sort of blocking out the music, but wants to be observing what the musicians are actually doing,
Mhm.
because music is different underwater, and she's gotta pretend to be a musician soon. So studying what kind of instruments do they have, and how does this look, and look at this stuff, isn't it neat? It's so cool. But yeah, she's exactly and trying to have some idea of why these terrible noises are coming out of these objects and people.
So you see the big awakened bear playing the panpipes, a turtle banging some drums, kind of with no real respect for rhythm, and a wolf type, a lupine shifter, playing what seems to be a bigger lute, sort of like a bass lute to Thaddeus's guitar lute, and they're both singing.
Are there any other instruments kind of around the camp that they might have collected?
Also interested in this answer.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Come on, pink dice. Ooh,
Can I investigate
yes.
too?
18.
Yeah, you see a dulcimer and a shawm, and
I actually have an idea for Eri.
I love ideas.
I'm
That's
thinking
what
this
it
is something that Yrsa may or may not have with her, so if you want to shoot this down, I would be perfectly
Oh,
happy
I'm
with that.
sorry.
But if Yrsa happens to have a suitable number of crystal glasses,
I am excited about this. I'm very excited about this.
because Yrsa probably seeing Eri trying to figure this out will kind of pull Eri aside and just say, I think I know something you might be better at than that.
there are also tortoiseshell castanets and a
I was-
triangle.
I also have interest in the castanets as a backup plan, so I don't have to prestidigitation shaker eggs. But yes, let's have cascading backup plans. But I'm
Yeah,
really
so I'm thinking about 4 or 5 glasses, so not like a huge range,
well,
but
we're traveling musicians, you see.
yes, yes.
I love-
So I think she'll find like a flat surface to put these glasses on, and then just kind of like take some water and just say, I'm not that good at this. I've seen it done, and it's a little finicky trying to get the tone right. And then she'll just pour some water into one of the glasses and then wet a finger and just on one of them. Yep.
Yeah. And then Irie's gonna like lick a finger and attempt to do the same thing. And it's like that. It's like when you try, it's like when you first try. But yeah, it's a little bit. I don't know. I could do a performance check. I don't know, but like she attempts and doesn't expect to do well, but she attempts.
Let's do a performance check because you have high charisma. Let's see what you do.
Yay! Let's see. Oh, okay. That's 23.
Yeah, you play the shit out of those crystal glasses.
I was so about the water. Heart? Yeah. Yes. It's that sequence in a bad like band made for TV movie where you like the kid's like, I don't know what to play though, and he just picks up a glockenspiel and is suddenly great at it. Yeah, awesome, cool.
Like, I'll just sing whatever in my heart, and then it's suddenly like a pop song with full choreography.
Yeah. There are dancers from nowhere. Yes, this is what I picture. This is fantastic, and I love it. So she's just got to keep sort of going and trying to practice with this, and gets very wrapped up in it. But looks up, realizes what she's gotten wrapped up, and looks up at Yrsa. Just, thank you. I had no idea you could make music like this. It's wonderful.
I'm glad. I had a feeling you'd like that.
And she's gonna actually be a little bit misty, but not talk about it necessarily, and keep focusing on this. But yeah, awesome. Love you.
Lalani is going to be working on slowly dismantling the band by going up to a random person and saying, we need your help to be the model for the clothing to drape things on. And I'm willing to roll a persuasion on this, which is just very subtly.
Well, most of them are pretty stoked. The only one you might need for real, the wolf is pretty stoked, and he's probably the right size. The turtle and the bear are kind of like, why do you need us?
18 persuasion. Okay. And she's just going to go to one person and tap on their knee. Oh, yes, that's lovely. That's wonderful. Come here. I need your thigh is about the size of somebody's shoulders. So we need to use that and compare it to the dresses and come help me. And then after she gets one person, she's going to go back to get another person and just slowly dismantle the bed.
So, one by one, you have all four of them.
And just draped with different things and ribbons and
And Thad kind of looks around and goes, well, band, brother, Billy, this ain't usually how band practice goes, but it's an interesting change of pace.
Your head is the perfect size for something we need to measure.
What?
I don't know yet, but I was inspired when I looked at your head. We probably will need it for like a belt or a necklace or something. Just something to rest on there. And your red is a good contrast to most of, the jewels and so on. So it's going to be a whole thing.
As soon as you say jewels, his ears perk up, and he just walks right over and goes, always happy to help a young lady.
Oh, you're just so sweet. Just calling me young all the time. Keep it going. Okay. And she's gonna go back to helping the little mice and everything with coordinating all of this. It's just.
I want to check out if Thad is watching those jewels particularly closely? Like if he's looking where they're coming from, where Lalani's keeping them? Like, yeah. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, give me, I guess just perception.
And Lord Silky will give you the help option.
Oh, thank you, Lord Silky. Because I rolled an 8.
He does not trust any of this.
I rolled 2 8s in a row. That's so sad. That's so sad. Okay, it's an 8.
It's hard to tell. Because he seems to be really invested in, like, helping all of you. So, you know, he seems excited about the jewels. He's excited about the dresses. He just seems generally in good spirits.
Good to know. Thanks.
And after probably, I mean, this goes a lot faster with the mice and squirrels helping. So normally these dresses would take like days to make. But I'll say you finish them in like a few hours. The power of, 30 woodland creatures.
Princess magic.
The power of Lalani and woodland creatures.
I think at one point they do even start a little song, and there's dancing and carrying spools of thread, and there's just, Lord Silky remains thoroughly unimpressed.
Stoic as ever.
Just.
So what do your dresses and outfits look like? Or should we wait until next week when you go to the ball?
I think we should wait till next week.
Okay.
I think that would be great.
Let's just say they're fabulous.
They're beautiful and very well suited.
Delani sheds a tear. She's like, perfection.
Did we do good, Lalani?
Oh my goodness. You have done so wonderful. If only peoples could be, as you know, wonderful and dependable. And that's a whole nother song thing. With the mice and,
Do you have worse scones, Lalani?
Yes, we have plenty of bread and scones.
I'm just gonna dump the...
helping, Lalani.
She's gonna set out almost like a picnic thing, and she's going to settle down and just have the bread and.
That's going to be my prom.
Well, I appreciate that you had a scone ready for just that situation.
That's commitment to my game.
Serious? But yeah, Bunny is having a picnic with her woodland creature friends and anyone else who helped and everybody else, and even Lord Silky comes over. He does not eat bread. He does not like bread, but it's just Lalani has a few pieces of something in her pouch that she, slips him. And he discreetly turns his back when he eats because his mouth opens like this and it makes, smaller creatures nervous. But
Big Ben, the bear, kind of understands being an awakened bear and is going to just go over and kind of sit with Lord Silky because he gets it.
Yep. If he can talk to Lord Silky, it's the most philosophical conversation. It is just questioning the whys and wherefores of life and what it truly means to be awakened, and is the definition of awakened actually the people being awakened to your ability to communicate and exist, or as it is your awakening to the, it's just this whole thing.
What is the meaning of awakened?
Yep.
And Big Ben's pretty much just like, listen, brother, I just like to play songs.
But Silky gives a long suffering sigh. It's just...
If I've got a honeycomb and some berries to call my own and maybe a pretty she-bear to snuggle with. I call it a good day.
Lord Silky starts dishing on the boa constrictor that he's currently courting.
Good for Lord Silky.
Yep, he's moved on from the crocodile.
It's good. He was too good for her.
Yeah.
And the sun starts to go down because even before you showed up, they'd had a pretty long day.
Mm-hmm.
And you have fabulous dresses and a camp to sleep in if you would like.
Okay, I'm going to use as a ritual, it's going to cost about 11 minutes or so, in the area that the women, all the princesses, and everyone's going to sleep. She's going to start working on casting alarm.
Okay.
For, she's trying to get that range 30 feet. And she's like, going to have to snuggle tonight. Might be a little bit tighter. But I just want to know if something weird happens. Because I did not tell you about Corvus. It's because one of Sandy was talking to me. Corvus was the name of the bird. And even the forest people don't like him.
Mm.
Yes.
He
says
about it then.
says he's a spy for the lady. So, kudos. He also hangs out, they mentioned, with the mean cat.
I do believe there was mention of a cat that lived with the old ladies. Yes. It would make sense for them to hang out, I believe.
Yeah, so they did not seem to. They were just like, she fell out the sky. Oh, okay, like it didn't even bother them at all. So apparently, and this is just between us, and we probably don't want to bring it up again. It seemed like a sensitive thing. He eats mice.
Yeah, that sounds like something we probably shouldn't bring up with the mice. I do agree with that.
But he's a crow.
That is a bit unusual. I believe they are omnivores, though.
Yes, but I don't know them to hunt mice.
They're carrion birds, I think.
Yeah,
Usually not live ones.
fact. Oh, when I gone to school, I've just taken Lord Silky on a date, and I met all of you lovely people, and my life was not done before, but I am just so happy that I met all of you so much for all of this exciting stuff. And she's gonna start her nighttime routine, rolling up her hair, putting on her robe, doing her nails, putting on her mask. She's got her stuff to do.
Before we go to bed, I'm going to have the ma kind of go off to the corner of the camp, and she's going to light a stick of incense, and she's going to burn a white candle. And as it burns down to the nub, she is going to cast divination and ask Ilmater, I know that it's been a while, but you've been so helpful, and I appreciate it so much. And I have a question for you about the red dragon that we seek. Will it be willing to come with us?
And you throw bones for divination, yes?
I burnt a candle all the way down.
Oh, okay.
That was augury, which...
Right.
Yeah. She actually might do something with an egg next time. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I was just like, am I answering with the bones, or how am I answering you? In words?
It doesn't
words.
say. That's like, however you want, but yeah, she burned a candle all the way down, so you could...
Okay.
I guess.
So as the candle burns all the way down, you get a feeling of peace at first and closeness. You get the sense that the dragon is very close. And then suddenly you feel slightly uneasy. That even though you feel close, but maybe unsure or insecure about what exactly you're close to.
Okay. Yeah. I'll pack up my. Is anyone still awake?
Probably Ari.
Yeah. Alright.
Yrsa was going to actually take a watch because being spied on twice in one day,
Fair.
Not her favorite thing?
not her favorite thing.
Well, and the Lonnie's routine takes a while, so she's probably still up to. Relatable. I'll just go back over to everyone and just let them know that, you know, the last dragon that we brought home, it did not want to go. It did not want to leave where it was, and this one has a support system of 3, right? So, and it's a little older. That's what Karabas said. So,
Karabas
worried.
was unsure. There seemed to be differing reports on that. Like, it acted older, but it looks very young.
Sure, but there's something going on, and it might be a little less of an infant, perhaps, in its sensibilities.
There's
Don't really
going to be
know.
something different about this dragon.
Yeah.
Lonnie is not aware of any of this about the last dragon and the responses and everything, so she kind of pauses, looks up, and she says, you know, the last dragon that you brought, you said it was reluctant to leave. Was it in a bad situation?
It was a bit older. It
It was Cubone.
It was Cubone. It was its mother had died a long time ago, and it was living in her skeleton. It was obviously not a good place to stay, but it was all that it knew. And it was not very socialized. It was very lonely, but reluctant to leave the only place and treasure that it had known.
It was a feral juvenile dragon.
It was close to being juvenile. I believe it was still a baby,
Yes.
but more developed than the ones that we have rescued before.
It was a feral little dragon. I think maybe if we're going to continue doing this, you all might want to invest in some scrolls that have speak with animals or something like that, because it's difficult sometimes if you are not the same as an animal in the heart, so on, to connect to the heart if they cannot understand what the heart. That's how speak with animals work. It's not all of a sudden they understand English and you understand the other person's language. You just are able to communicate from the heart. And I worry that if this other one has formed a bond, it is going to need to be convinced or forcibly removed, and I don't like the thought of forcing. It's possible, and sometimes you have to sedate a creature and move it out of a dangerous situation to somewhere safer. But it's better if they understand why.
The sense I got was that this dragon knows that something is wrong, and that something is wrong with the folks that are caring for it. So I don't think we will have too hard of a time convincing, but I also don't think we want to put ourselves in a situation where the dragon sees us as someone who maybe hurts someone that they care about.
Mm.
So maybe diplomacy first,
Mm.
smashing later.
You let him attack first. If they attack, then he will see, or she, or they will see for themselves that it's only defense. And we will not blow up anybody. She looks at Ari.
Aries making a mental note of this instruction. Don't blow anyone up.
Yes, please.
I say we should attempt that, but maybe not limit our options in case the situation is different than what we expect it to be.
Absolutely, but let's let them be the aggressor in that way first. Perhaps that will prove to the dragon that they are who the dragon thinks they are. If that is indeed what the dragon is wrestling with.
The first dragon we rescued from its situation, we got to know what its captors wanted from it.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to use it. I think it's important to find out what its captors or caretakers want from keeping it. And that will probably help us understand the relationship. I already had her book open already, and she was sort of copying the insignia on the signet ring until she realized, oh, you could just do a rubbing, that's easier. But thumbs back to the brainstorming list she had made before the first adventure, where it just has Paravos's name and captors and a question mark between them circled.
Okay, well, big stuff to do in the morning. Although I have already told Lutiki, if any of these band members decide, oh, let's go ahead and take from these rich ladies to give to the music or whatever that is, that I will shoot them. And that is why I am sleeping with my bow here. Because I love them to pieces, but I do not trust them. I do not trust them as far as I can throw them, and I am very tiny, so that's not at all.
I'm gonna cast Guardian of Faith, and this giant, like, shimmering, oh gosh, what would it be? Oh my gosh. Sorry. Yeah, this just, oh gosh, this bleeding, this man with, like, wounds all over him is just going to stand in front of our gear and just hold out a hand, shake his head, and, like, cross his arms and just stand in front of our stuff.
So we have alarm and we have
I
guardian.
love that. And you have a warlock staying up all night.
Yep.
That's some guarded stuff.
Yours is not going to sleep very soon after that happens.
Yeah.
Just like, I was gonna be staring at Wounds McGee here for like a chunk of the evening, being like, is this creepy?
And I just bet Lalana Mama just, now comfortable, we're going to go to bed and we have everything ready to go. She's going to offer Mama one of the sleep masks, and I have been there. It's made with this silky material. It is so soft on the eyes.
It feels awesome. Thank you, Lalani.
Over them. And Lalani's asleep. She goes to sleep in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, yours is just going to pointedly look away from the man with all the wounds and just kind of keep watch for a little bit. Mostly trying to watch out for that crow.
Roll me a perception check. And you and Ari can both do it since you're both awake.
Oof.
19.
11.
Okay. So, Irsa, right before you fall asleep, you hear a faint voice, similar, actually identical to what you heard before, just going,
Help. Help me. Help me.
The little bird type voice.
mm-hmm.
It's not going to disturb the alarm if I step over it, right?
No,
It's only
it only
things
disturbs
coming
it
in?
if somebody else comes in.
I'm awake. I'm paying attention. I'm interested. Not interrupting.
Yeah, it's just gonna kind of like hold a finger up to Ari and then try and find where that voice is coming from.
Okay. And you just hear,
Help. Help. Help me, please.
Who are you? How can I help?
are you walking away from the circle?
I am.
Okay. Ari, are you walking away from the circle, or are you staying there?
Oh, I'm not muted. Cool. As soon as it looks like Yrsa's going to be obscured by some of the trees, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna try to keep her in sightline as much as I can while staying in the circle. But
Okay.
as soon as she starts to get out of my sight, oh geez, what would Ari do? Ari would not make a good decision here. I would make a better decision than Ari's about to. Ari will step over the line and begin pursuit from stealthily from afar. And actually, at this moment, she's going to cast invisibility on herself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Leilani. You are asleep. That's all.
Oh.
Okay.
Margaret would wake y'all up, but Ari really thinks she's got it handled.
And Yrsa told you to wait. She was just held up a finger, just like, wait right there. And yep. And so this is what's happening. This is great.
I'm trying to
Because we
walk.
know Yrsa likes to charge in first, not risking anyone
I
else.
never want to get close to pulling a. It's what my character would do. Like, I have a message ready.
Yrsa's set to precedent. This is great.
So, Irsa, you walk into the woods, and you can roll me another perception check if you want.
I think I will. 18.
Okay. So you still hear the voice, and now you can tell that even though you're getting deeper into the woods, you don't seem to be getting closer to it. And also, you don't hear the rustling of those birds, like of the bird wings that you did before.
Okay.
I'd like to message Yrsa and just be like, if you can respond, what is it that you hear?
I hear the voice of the little robin from before, but I don't seem to be getting closer to it, and I don't hear any wings. I'm thinking maybe you should go back.
I'm thinking I'll get the others. And I'm just casting message enough time to like continue.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Um, as soon as you send that message, you see some lights up in the trees that seem to look kind of like a glowing person, and it quavers and just goes, "Please help."
You're just the one seeing this?
Mm-hmm.
So looking at this quavering person, who are you and how can I help? And she's got one hand on her axe at this point because this is feeling a lot like a trap. But if this is a projection of that bird that was saying help earlier,
Mm-hmm.
she wants to at least make the attempt.
Okay.
If I've got eyes on Yursa,
Mm-hmm.
what is it that I'm able to see at this point?
You
And I-
see 4 lights that have basically formed the shape of a person, and they keep flickering between the shape of a small humanoid and a bird, going back and forth.
Cool. Not creepy at all. Let's go. Cool.
And you asked who it was?
Yes. I asked who it was and how I could help.
Please, my name's Penny. They have me trapped.
Okay, Penny. Is it the 3 women, the spellcasters, that have you trapped?
Well, and then the lights start to pulse more and more and more.
Are you okay?
I don't know if I should say. I'm I came to find the dragon. And then they took me and they said I'd be their friend. But I don't want to be a bird anymore.
Okay. How can I help you? Is there a way for me to help you not be a bird anymore? How are they keeping you like this?
Oh, the ladies are so powerful. Madame Mimsy most of all. I thought she was a dragon, but she just looks like a dragon.
Mimsy. Is this the purple and pink one?
Oh yes, she looks so pretty, doesn't she?
Uh-huh. Likes to faint, doesn't she? Or at least pretend to?
Huh? I'm not sure about that. Maybe.
When she looked like a dragon, was there anything... Is there anything distinguishing her from a real dragon? Was there something different?
Well, she's purple.
Uh-huh. Okay.
With a pink tummy. She's so pretty.
That does sound very pretty.
the sleeping ladies. Lalani, you start having terrible nightmares. We don't have to get into them, but just really uncomfortable bad sleep.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna wake up. Like she's
About how long would it take her to wake up? Like after an hour?
With her ranger pair, I don't think she'd be sleeping longer than 30 minutes with bad dreams.
Okay.
She's gonna be.
So when you wake up, you feel a hand stop touching your body. And there's nothing there.
If you've ever seen a tiny person roll over in an instant, grab an arrow, have it knocked in a fluid motion, and be in a crowd for a painful. You know, just her beautiful like sleeping cap on, sleeping mask askew, just and she's good. Oh my god.
This is probably when you realize your said area are gone.
Yep.
And that's when she goes again. Oh my god! Is all the rest of the camp asleep still? Like the band
Yep,
people?
they're all asleep.
Just gonna tap Mama.
Mama, does that wake you up? Or are you a heavy sleeper?
It would probably wake me up. But I was going to ask you if whatever that was a creature.
Isn't everything a creature?
Unless it's a construct, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a creature.
Okay, it would
It was
need-
not on the material plane.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't enter. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I was like, my spirit guardian!
It was
But,
from the
or-
ethereal plane.
ooh, or
Oh.
guardian of faith, yeah.
Lilani's kind of she sleeps in her armor, but she makes it look like a nightgown because she's got the armor that can look like anything.
I love that.
I think that's the best thing ever.
So, Lonnie, are you alright?
Okay, you set up a guardian. I put on alarm. Lord Silky is here. Something was touching me when I was sleeping.
What?
Yes. Like, oh my god. And I was having bad dreams. But we can table that because Ursa, the one that goes she gets hit. And Eri, the one that goes and blows stuff up, they are missing.
What?
Yes, I don't see them. I thought we all went to sleep.
I'm going to use sending to Yursa. Yursa? Where are you? You're supposed to be sleeping, and you're not here. Now.
Yes, well, I have a little birdie here. I'm sorry, but I did tell Ari to stay in the camp, but she did not do so. However, I am finding out a bit of information about our 3 women in the woods.
I'm not sure how close I'd be if I can overhear any of this. Because if I can overhear her explaining things, I'm probably going to make the intuitive leap that
Yeah, but Yursa probably turned to the side and was discussing things with not to Penny, clearly to somebody else.
if I'm able to ascertain that a message is going on, I'll message somebody back at camp because I'll assume that's who's talking to Yursa. And let's see, who a message? Evans or Leilani. And it's odd, so good. I'm gonna call Mama. Awesome.
Mama's got 2 phones.
You have to make this call. Be like, are you awake? Are we three-way calling?
I'll answer back. Yes, I'm awake. I hear Yursa is talking to a bird. And where are you?
I wanted to keep eyes on Yursa so she wouldn't get separated. There appears to be it is sometimes a bird, it is sometimes a child, and it's 4 lights. Yes, there are 4 like glowing.
As soon as you say that, Ari,
Yeah.
you just hear, sometimes a bird, sometimes a child. Counting is so hard for Ari, isn't it? Numbers are hard when you're on land. Make me a wisdom save.
We're on the
What I
street, right? I
love-
forgot.
What I love about this scene, it is such the mom has found out 2 people snuck out the house.
I know. There we were thinking we'd be back before they woke up.
Yeah.
And now.
And they're just calling each other out and like, oh, it was her fault. It was her fault.
Yeah, it's
I
like
didn't want
I
her to
did.
get hurt, so I'm being responsible. Wisdom save 21.
Okay. So, you are fine.
And
I will let-
I'll finish the message to Mom and be like, I believe I'm being mocked. Oh, that's definitely not good. For the record, and I think this is probably clear, but when I cast message, this is why I never use invisibility, so I always want to cast something right after.
Oh yeah, you were invisible, right?
I was invisible, and then I cast message, and I double checked, and that means the invisibility
It's gone.
Down a spell slot. This is
Okay.
why I never use invisibility or sanctuary. 'Cause I always want to hit them. But yeah. So at this point, Ari's gonna start backing away from the whole wooded crazy scene
Mm-hmm.
and heading back towards camp a bit.
Irsa, you hear, your friend's leaving you. Looks like you're all alone. Nobody wants to be with Ursa. Nobody wants to be Ursa's friend. Just like home. Where do you go when there's nowhere left to go? Hmm? Make me a wisdom save.
Oh shit. You don't know how deep that actually hurt.
Oh, sorry, Zane, you okay?
No, Yursa.
Oh, okay. I was like, shit, I'm so sorry.
And that is 13.
Okay. That is going to be 4 psychic damage.
And she has to make another wisdom saving throw then.
Balls.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. 4 psychic damage. Right. Yeah, Yursa at this point, is getting... It's like the pain was there for just a moment
Mm-hmm.
with visions of blood. And for just a minute she thought she was going to blank out again. But all of a sudden just the anger broke through. Not the uncontrollable anger, but just how dare this person bring up that memory, and is now looking around for the source of that.
The lights are now gone.
The lights are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else? Because I know that wasn't the... I'm pretty sure that wasn't the lights, because that was Penny. Possibly. Only Penny. Can I make a perception check to see if there's anything else here?
Sure.
24.
Okay. You sense that there is only one humanoid thing besides you and Ari here.
Okay. Going to go towards that humanoid person.
Okay.
And I've unsheathed my axe at this point.
Okay. Ari, what are you gonna do? You see Ursa with her axe out, taken off into the woods.
No. This is
Yeah,
fine. Don't make friends.
Ursa will also kind of yell back, head back towards camp.
Loners making friends. Life is hard. You know what? She's gonna start to head back, and as soon as camp's in view, essentially have a crisis for like half a second, and then message the folks who are in camp. Ursa's in trouble. Something's out there. It's hurting us in our minds. I'm going after her.
Oh.
And yep. So, I'm leaving a note.
The responsible one.
I'm trying. I will make friends. But yeah, and after that I'm gonna do the brave thing and try to go and figure this shit out that's happening to Ursa. But I want to make sure I communicate where I'm going to y'all. All right, let's go.
I will let Lalani know what is happening while, grabbing spell components and the mace and kind of getting everything ready. Right, Lalani? Time to go. No more take off the mask.
Oh, honey, you're muted.
Doesn't matter. You get the gist. The
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my goodness, touch her chest, you go fabulous. And her nightgown shifts into leather armor. She's like slightly darker colors, because it's nighttime. Quickly do a hair like this. And she's like, oh my goodness, I did not have time to do a full face. Okay, alright. Lord Silky gives a long suffering sigh. He's just and then he's going to follow. Okay, let's go, because of course we cannot get a night's sleep in the creepy forest.
So Mama and Silky and Leilani, as you start walking towards the forest, you see a very fluffy pink cat
Oh, jeez.
next to a figure in a purple cloak that appears to be small, just kind of sitting on a rock. And the cat just sort of sidles up to you like "Brrr," going over to Lord Silky.
Lord Silky is going to take a few steps backwards, because this cat is not any color he has ever seen before. Does the cat seem menacing at all?
I mean, it's like pale pink, like a pale pink Persian cat, which is weird, but it seems friendly enough. It actually seems to be kind of smiling.
And oh, hello there, pretty. And looking past at the cloaked figure.
And the cat just kind of goes "Brrr,"
Eh,
And you hear coming from the cloaked figure, I see you've met Selena. I hear you are very cruel to my sister.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know who you are.
My name is Ismelda. And you are two very rude little girls in my forest.
Milan is looking at Mama like. So since I've been in the forest, all I have done is make dresses and feed people. You might be looking for a different gnome and human. Because, we just going for the walk to find some mushrooms because all we have is bread.
True.
You seem to be a woman with an excellent nighttime routine.
Of course, darling, I've got to keep it tight and right.
I didn't do mine tonight myself. And she takes her cape off, and you see like a green eye mask, and that she has like one fake lash stuck up here, one down here. And I would like to both of you to give me a wisdom save, please.
Jesus.
I got so excited I rolled out of my tray.
Is this a magic effect?
It
I'm
is.
asking 'cause-
It's an ability.
okay, I don't know what that means. I just know I have advantage on magic.
I got an 18.
That's called.
You've seen old women in like their skincare routine before. You straight don't give a fuck.
I got 16, I think. Yeah.
Ditto. You are fine.
Just see Lalani go. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I have some wipes to get some of it off, so you cannot have it on there. My eyes are a lot smaller than yours, or I would like to see if I have some lashes. But do you want to just clean your face, like to get it off? I can give you some wipes.
You shouldn't sleep in it, Mihai. It's gonna just it's not gonna soak in anymore. Just, wash it. Rub it in for 60 seconds. Isn't that the thing?
I don't need anyone telling me what to do.
Okay. Well, you came to us. Like, we were on a walk, and you just come out and you're like, oh, I didn't finish my face. Look at it.
And as you're talking, another person appears
Oh, Jesus.
right next to her. But this person looks stately in a big purple and red cape. And the rest of her is in black chic clothing. And she kind of looks at you and says, "Sleeping well, ladies?"
I don't know if you're being sarcastic or if you're actually still concerned about our sleeping patterns, but we got woke up in the middle of the night and we're going for a walk, and
Going
don't-
for a walk alone in the woods without a huntsman can be terribly dangerous.
I certainly hope that you had nothing to do with my good friend Lalani's nightmares this evening. Because if you did, that would just be terrible for you.
Well, I can always help you get some sleep. I wouldn't want to trouble your heart, my dear. And she kind of smiles and licks her lips.
okay, so I just want to Excuse me, I know, like, you're used to dealing with huntsmen that are bigger and broader and so on, but I would just like to let you know that I am a hunter myself. You know, that is kind of what I do. I just make it look good. So, here's the thing. We just want to keep going on the walk. You keep popping out of nowhere. This one is concerned about skincare and facial routines. You're concerned about my sleep. If another one pops up and she wants to know whether or not I need a chiropractic adjustment, can it happen now? Because ain't nobody got time for this. I mean, we have places to be.
As well, Ismelda's a newer member of our sorority. She's unaccustomed to caring for those who enter the forest. Forgive her and her unsightly appearance. The gift is different for everyone.
I mean, you don't have to just call her out like that. I mean, it was like she made an effort. I mean, good. Sorority sisters, indeed. Mama, have you ever?
Like, what is this? Theta Kappa rude?
I know, we are being a little bit snappy, but I have not finished sleeping. And I just want to know, what do you want?
Well, I just wanted to check on everyone in the forest, make sure that they have pleasant dreams. So, back to Irsa and Ari. So you're walking deeper into the woods.
Yep.
Oh, this is very D&D.
And now the voice, you hear a similar voice. Just going, "Where did you go? Where did you go?" That's now coming from kind of back the way you came.
But I still. But what happened to the humanoid that I sensed? Is it still
It's
there?
behind you.
Behind me now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, turning back and trying to see it.
You see a small boy dressed in red. Goes, whatever you did, you must have saved me, your friend. And he kind of points at Ari. He goes, her magic, it must have done something when she killed Corvus. I'm Penny. I'm not stuck in the lights or as a bird anymore. Please.
Oh, really? Ari, did you just do something?
Not just now. I insulted a crow till it exploded, but that was earlier. Is the kiddo, is the apparent kiddo near me at this point?
A little in the woods back the way you came.
So, when I came from camp. Okay.
Can I make an insight check
Yeah.
on this?
I mean, I'm baffled by this.
Insight or investigation?
It would be the same number for either.
Okay.
I think it would possibly be more investigation because this is very strange.
Okay.
And the fact that I have no idea what caused this change to happen, especially since Ari evidently didn't do anything.
Not
Is
that
this-
I can recall.
So,
I can neither
kind of-
confirm or deny.
trick or illusion, or has it actually been dispelled?
Oh, you are both frozen. I hope it's not my internet. No, it's okay. Xan is
I'd love to
frozen.
investigation.
Nah, that it's
Okay, you're
it's,
good.
I think it was said my internet was entirely possible.
Okay. Ari, what did you get on investigation?
19.
Okay. And Irsa?
Oh, I not have dark vision. Oh.
18.
Okay. So the story definitely doesn't check out, but for all intents and purposes, this seems to be like a 12-year-old human boy.
Okay.
Like a little scrawny, but, you know.
All right. Penny, I believe we should probably take you back to a friend of ours who is very good at dealing with children, and perhaps we can find your parents.
Oh, I'd love that very much. Thank you so much.
I've never wished I had detect magic more than I do right now. Um,
Yeah, I'm going to kind of hold my hand out for the boy to take so we can lead him back to camp.
Oh, please don't touch me. I'm still used to having bird wings, so I'm getting used to my hands.
Would you like me to carry you?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like an insight check on that,
check!
because that seems like a thing.
Or maybe I can assist with the insight check?
Yeah.
Maybe, can I assist you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Helping!
Okay. 14?
Okay. Yeah, that seems not legit.
Yeah. There's something
Like, it's
wrong.
weird it's normal for somebody who's been, like, held against their will to not want to be touched. That's normal. But for somebody who's like, please come rescue me, to be like, he's not doing anything that isn't, abnormal for someone who's been in a hostage situation. But at the same time, the vehemence of it and how he's not showing any other sort of trauma signs is a little odd.
Yeah, it's like the suddenness of it going from happy, help me, to don't touch me is...
Yeah.
And the lights are gone. So either this is not Penny, or the Penny thing is a trap.
Yeah.
But considering the lights and the bird are gone, I'm going to probably assume this is not Penny.
I'll. I don't want to interrupt your action, but there's a thing that I want to try. So.
Okay. I'm gonna probably move towards Aerie at this point.
Well, first, at this point, we need to say goodbye to Mama, so I'm going to try and do that on my end without fucking everything up. So we can keep running, but Mama, you say bye? We love you. Tell us where we can find you.
Bye, everybody. You can. Sorry, whoa, Gollum voice. Hello. You can find me on Twitter at D20XTina, and I'm currently doing the Flash Fiction February Challenge. So I made a website, and it's a disaster, but you can see that too. And I have one of my, it's a short adventure on there for Tyranny of Dragons. I did a little supplement for the group I'm running that you too can use it in your campaign. It involves trolls, magical maze, and tic-tac-toe. So check it out if you want. There's the link in my Twitter bio. Thanks all for having me, and am I good to close?
Yep, you are good. We love you so much.
Love you all too. Bye, everybody.
Bye. All right. Oh no, I thought I fixed it. I clearly did not. Give me just a sec. Oh, why did it do that to me? Oh, because I did.
one of us dropped out means Lilani is left on their own for the moment. Not that I don't think she can handle herself, but...
And we are back! So, thank you, everybody who hung out with us for a second. So, what was going on when I was trying to fix things for Christina to leave? So, Ari was going into the woods. Where were we? Right, because I had just gotten a message from Christina and I was messing with formatting.
Ari and Yrsa had just figured out that...
Something was not right.
Something was not right with this little boy. And the feeling that I get is this is an illusion and this is not Penny. And Ari looked like they were going to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And Yrsa was just kind of making her way towards Ari a little bit, trying to...
Sure.
Mm.
All right. Is kid in motion or standing still?
Kind of just walking alongside y'all.
Okay. So I'm going to move such that basically not a flanking position, but a flanking position. Around the child and sort of bend a little bit lower and try to pull a let's see how this works. Ask the child, what is it that you did to anger them so that they kept you captive?
Well, that Madame Mimsy, she's just so clever. I told her that my wizard friend was the most powerful wizard friend in the whole world, and she said that she was more powerful than him. And to prove it, she turned herself and she showed me her pet dragon, and then she turned herself into a dragon, and then, well, when I showed up, I was kind of a bird already, and I wanted to not be a bird. And then she said I should just stay as a bird, and she put me in a cage, and then she tried to feed me to that Ismelda's cat. And then they put Corvus to guard me, and it was terrible. I'm so glad that you're going to rescue me.
I would ask for an insight check, but I have no idea what I'd ask for. There's a lot going on there. Like, just kind of got to look at Yrsa. Look back at the kid.
Just kind of looking over at Ari and just, something's not right.
So as you're walking back, Lilani, you can start to see your friends coming back to you with what appears to be a skinny teenager.
Messaging Lilani! Giving her a heads up! A message just to be, let's see. And message, it looks like it's whispering quietly under my breath, so I'd like to do this and not be super obvious to the kiddo. But to message...
Yeah, and yours is kind of trying to distract the kid.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Like with conversation.
We are good guardians.
Yes.
But say to Lilani, there's a being here that is acting like it's a child that has been captured, but it's erratic and I can't tell why. So please be on your guard if you see this little boy in red. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but it sounds like it's been captured, and it was the bird at some point, but I don't believe everything it says. That's a lot of words. Maybe I cast it twice.
Lilani is just going to respond back. Yay! Okay, I'm sitting here dealing the sister whose face forgot, and the sister who's worried about me sleep. So I don't know, when you get here, if you see me shooting somebody, it's because they're working on my last nerves, and I... Hold, please.
It's like, makes a mental note, maybe there is someone we can blow up. It's like, then perhaps we'll circle around so we don't take the captive. You can hear the air quotes, the captive past its captors.
That sounds wonderful. Mama and I are going to teach some people some manners, and feel free to join in when we get here. But please, can we not blow up the whole forest like we did the island?
I think we could do that. We could not do that. Tiny words, they're important. Words like that.
And as you start, doing this, Penny starts kind of looking at you.
Yusa was trying to distract them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, are there any sports that you like?
We're
Little
the
boy?
Illuminatis.
I like jousting.
Oh, yes.
Swords.
I've participated in jousting before. It's
I'm
very
going to be
fun.
a squire.
Oh, really?
A good squire. Because I'm a stupid boy. And I don't have ambition.
Oh my god. Does he actually say that?
Yep. And then you see him
Oh, hell.
widen out and get
Uh-huh.
shorter and just go. But I think it's time I got back to my sisters. It's been fun, ladies.
It's Mim again,
And
isn't it?
vanishes.
Okay.
That sounded like Mim. Mimsy, wasn't it?
I'm gonna look to Ursa and be like, the next time, I'm gonna blast her.
Oh, yes. Next time, yes.
That's
That is the
appropriate.
second time an old lady has tried to trick me with being a child.
I don't like the lying. I don't like the affection. I don't like it. I'm going to blow it up if I.
Also, I need to have a word with them about bringing up certain things in conversation mentally.
And as that happens, Lilani, after a little bit, you suddenly see a squat woman wearing a pink and purple dress go. Well, I heard you didn't sleep very well, my dear.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Okay.
so good of you to join us for a little party.
You just see Lalani just look at Mama, look at them, look Mama, look back, and she just goes, witches, please.
And that is where we will end tonight.
Oh man.
Thank you so much for joining us for Princesses Save Dragons in what should be our second to last episode. I'm Jess. You can find me on Twitter at miss_Jess03. I am a social worker by day and a DM's Guild and, itch game creator by night. So check out my stuff. Book of Seasons Solstices, which is a book that I produced of adventures, is right behind me. And come back here or on the Onyx Path to watch me run Paws and Claws, The Lost Tales of Pugmire, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And right here only on Fridays at 8 p.m. to watch Three Flings. Tale of Three Flings? Oh my god. Tale of Three Tieflings journeying through the Uncaged Anthology. So, Lilani, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hello, everybody. I'm Honey, aka Honey and Dice. You can find me on Twitter at Honey and Dice. You can also find me on Instagram now at Honey and Dice. And there's nothing there yet, but there is an official Embrace the Initiative Twitter now that will be filling out soon. I am the creator of the Embrace the Initiative workshop. Not really a workshop or a seminar, really. It gets kind of tricky. But a wonderful collaborative 2 hours helping existing and new DMs become more comfortable and confident in their hobby. I also have a new workshop that I'm starting and rolling out this year. called Buffing Your Business, and it's focusing on cybersecurity, internet safety, and business continuity. Because every day I hear more and more stories about these wonderful gaming creators and cosplayers and so on just being taken advantage of so much by people who are opportunistic. So by day, I'm an IT specialist and a cybersecurity professional. So I said, why not marry the two worlds? You can find me here as Princess Rani Savor. You can find me on every other Tuesday playing Eartha Kitty on Paws and Claws. Whenever Uncaged Live does a thing, I play Biscuits, aka Biscuits with Honeysuckle, and just random popping up here and there on charity streams or supporting new DMs on other channels. Also, DM. And the more longest running thing that I'm running right now is an All Bards campaign, and we're currently working on the trailer for that to share with people. And that's called Inspire. And that's about it. Who's everybody's biggest cheerleader?
Ursa, who are you? What do you do?
Yes, I am Ursa, the Snow Queen on here, and online I am Zan Larson, also known as Pale White Rabbit on Twitter and Instagram. I do also have a Patreon. I am an artist, illustrator, comic artist, and I have created an adventure for Uncaged Volume 2. I've done art for Volumes 2, 3, and 4. I have also done art for the Book of Seasons. Yep, right back there. As well as
3 pieces of art on this stream right here.
yeah, and all of the portraits for the characters on this stream as well. Yeah, that is me. I'm going to be working on several things this year. So hopefully you will be seeing Monsters in Teacups and possibly something I've been hinting at on my Twitter for a long time. I'm working with a friend of mine on a module that might feature a creature that is a favorite of mine called the Valraven. Yes. So, looking forward to that.
I don't know if you played Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, but there's a part, like a significant part, where you fight Valraven. And as someone scared of birds, not like you could tell from the stream, that was a really uncomfortable part of the game for me. But I think you would really like it.
Yes, I probably would really like it, especially since the mythology behind that particular creature is so intriguing. And most of the time it isn't even a bird. It's just... It's mostly a bird that's been cursed to become a knight.
Ooh.
Yes, so there's that.
That's cool. In Hellblade, it's like a person with bird-ish features who, like, flies at you beak first, which is what I hate about birds, is that they do that.
Which does make sense, as it's a cursed creature, and it could probably have features of both the bird and the knight, and yes, all of that.
All right. Ari, who are you? What do you do?
I am Margaret May. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Margaret Maynard. I write modules, I DM. I have a module in Uncaged Volume 2 that is for Tier 3 players, so higher levels, because it was scary. It was very lethal. I had to scale it down. So, you know. If you ever thought, wow, the planetarium's cool, but what if it wanted to play with my face? That it's a good one for that. Anyway, I also have some content coming up in the forthcoming Uncaged Volume 4. Several items in that are a cache of items I designed inspired by folks who protest. And there is one particular item designed for what to do to cat. It's designed for people who deal with cat collars. So I hope y'all like it. So another thing that is on Twitter, so I feel okay talking about it, we're looking at putting together a creature panel for Gen Con. And that's something Zan and I are working on. And it's still in its infancy, but if you are a person who has designed monsters for RPGs, particularly if you're from underrepresented demographics, holler at us. Or, you know, tweet. I guess you could just yell. That could work, but who knows? Let us know, because we're putting together a Gen Con panel highlighting how we do that.
Yes,
How
I have been
cool.
accepting DMs, and I do have a tentative list of people picked out, but it does also depend on scheduling. So if you're interested, still DM me because it is quite possible that somebody might drop out at the last minute. We have no idea. And also, since this has been such a popular thing, I might be looking forward to doing this again next year. So you might be at the top of the list for that.
I know I recommend her for literally everything, but honey, our dear Lilani ran a holiday game for some of us Uncaged writers and had some genius creatures in there. So I'm just gonna throw her name out there on her behalf because she made a really fun game. And with that, thank you so much. Please join us next week. And we're gonna probably say goodbye to these princesses for a little bit of time, but you know, we love you all. And if you watched us instead of the Super Bowl, we were glad that we gave you something to do other than, I guess, take part of a traditional American pastime. Have a great night or day, whenever the hell you're watching this. Bye, everybody. Love you.